Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to All Things EVM, where we talk about all things Ethereum compatible. I wanted to give you an update of what I've been up to. I'm live right now on X, and I'm going to be posting this video as well on my YouTube page. But I wanted to give you an overview of what I've been up to. It's been a while since I've been posting, mostly because it's been a crab market, but also because I've been very busy with other protocols, including the Elephant Money ecosystem, doing 3 videos a week for them, and then also I've been traveling for their ecosystem as well, doing some conference video. We're working on a documentary behind the scenes for them as well. So I just in Atlanta at InvestFest, and then last month I was at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville, where the Elephant Money ecosystem had a meetup, and we got some shots there too. But other things I'm up to as well, we've got the yield farming co-op, which I'll talk about in this video, as well as some of the other things that I'm yield farming currently, and then some NFTs that we're offering at the yield farming co-op as well to get involved with some passive income. So let's jump on in to my screen and let's actually talk about the NFTs first. We actually just sold out of this first mint. We had 80 of these available, and what these are is you buy into these with 0.1 ETH a piece, and we as the yield farming co-op, the admins and I farm with these for you, and then give you the dividends that we farm. So it's just like any other business, like buying into a business, guys. These aren't financial instruments. They are buying into a yield farming business. So if you don't know what yield farming is, that is just kind of getting the fees between trading coins, right? So we provide Ethereum and USDC, and if somebody wants to get the transfer between those or swap between those, we get the transaction fees. And then this is just another way we get to spread the wealth around by you purchasing these NFTs, and then we get to distribute dividends, or the profits rather, on the productivity of these assets. So we're actually yielding upwards of 12% per month. You heard that right. 12% per month is kind of the bottom end of where we intend to be on a regular basis. So if you buy up to an ETH's worth of this, right, you're getting essentially a point, I guess that would be 0.012 ETH at the end of the month for that. And that would be a fantastic yield, or 0.12 ETH rather, at the end of that, which I think would be even better, obviously, than what I previously said. But yes, that's a 12% yield on a regular monthly basis, paid out basically at the end of the following week of the first week of the month. At the end of that, you'll get your dividends paid to you, or your profits paid to you, and obviously that will take about 10 months to ROI on this. But you can always sell these NFTs on OpenSea back to other farmers that are interested in getting into this. And this is just one of the many things that I've been involved with lately. We do have another bunch of these coming out soon. There's actually another version of these where it compounds 50% back into the NFTs. So you're growing your piece of the puzzle, or your piece of the pie rather, and being able to 12% yield on top of that. And we're compounding that 50-50 with the other set of NFTs. Don't have that pulled up right now, so I'm not going to jump into that. But let's go into the community here. The yield farming co-op, guys. That's yieldfarming.com or co-op.com, and then we have this challenge. It's a 49 weeks to freedom challenge, and we're up to 100 members, 101 actually as of today. And all of the members are either in the 49-week challenge, which is $152 a month, or they're in just the base level, which is $10 a month, to get in and get some of the information on how to start yield farming for yourself. So obviously the NFTs are done for you guys, and then the yield farming co-op has 2 tiers, one $10 tier for just getting started and yield farming on your own, or doing the 49-week challenge, which is kind of a done with you situation where there's some great dividends to be made as a business owner online. I keep saying dividends, but it's really profit, because we're business owners on chain, right? So you can check that out here. I'll leave a link in the description below for YouTube, and also put the link to the Yield Farming Co-op in this X post as well. But wanted to show you guys a little bit more about what we got going on here. So if you get into the 49-week challenge, you do have access to all of these different classes. And each one of these classes has multiple modules, guys. We have this, this is just the welcome. We have welcome, and then a business. This is an online business kind of startup for you. And then Get Farming Help is another piece of the puzzle here that we offer as well, one-on-one farming help. But here's the 49 Weeks to Freedom Challenge, and you get all these different modules, guys, different videos from different weeks showing you what we're farming to get the profits, and this is all about concentrated liquidity for the most part. So we're showing you the ranges that we're farming at, guys, and it really helps you to grow your on-chain business. So beyond the Yield Farming Co-op, I did mention that I'm in the Elephant Money ecosystem, guys. I've been making a lot of content there. We've got a futures product, which is basically an annuity product on chain, where you add in your BNB on the BNB chain, and you can get up to currently 182% on your yield on cash, essentially. So you're depositing BNB that's being transferred to BUSD, a stable coin on the BNB chain, and then you compound this by adding a $200 deposit, and then once you want to, you can actually claim this. And I just compounded it today, and I've already made $5 on the compound, but I've got a small account here, growing that as we speak, and then all that is all actually functioning on top of the Trunk token, which is on the Solana chain and the BNB chain, but you can pick that up on the Jupiter exchange on Solana, or the Pancake Swap on the BNB side. And you can also port those over onto the Solana side via the Portal Bridge. All of these products and coins can be found on the official Elephant Money YouTube channel, which I'll try to link below as well. But I make all the content for them. That's 3 days a week. Been super busy with that. And then again, we went to Invest Fest last week in Atlanta. It was a fantastic experience. 3 days there. Got in Thursday, left Saturday night. We filmed a ton, got a lot of people onboarded into Trunk, and made some deals with some large investors. So it's a pretty awesome experience there. Shout out to BT and Zach Minter and all those who were there as well. All of you who are in the herd know what I'm talking about. So other things I'm working on inside of this this ecosystem is the Sol. It used to be SolLend, now Save.finance. You can lend your Trunk here, borrow USDC, and then it's basically you're getting you can leverage this position. You can hold your Trunk in here, borrow USDC to pay a bill if you want to, or you can go use this to yield farm somewhere else and then repay the yield. The yield is the APR is pretty high on the borrow side right now, but it's also mostly because people are buying up Trunk, borrowing USDC, and then buying more Trunk in order to leverage that position. But if you're a USDC supplier, guys, 93% currently, that's APR on USDC supply to this this specific pool, and that's a fantastic yield on USDC on cash, right? But anyway, not financial advice, guys. None of this is financial advice. It's all just what I'm up to, and I'm just showing you what I'm up to in case you would like to be involved with these different things. So let's move on to a couple other places. I'm currently out of range on my yield farming positions. I had a sizable position of, let's see, I think it's 4 ETH right now, 4.1 METH on the Mantle chain using the Clio.exchange. This is a Ramses fork on the Mantle network. If you're not familiar with Ramses, it's on the Arbitrum network. Had a small position here, like a $5,000 position earlier this week, until we had the dump in the market on ETH here down to about 2,400. My range was between 2713 and about 2600, so I'd love to get back into range on the Clio position here to start making some fees. I'm making about 0.7 to 0.8% daily when it's in range. I do expect it to come back into range, and it was in range for a good solid 2 weeks. Right now, I just don't want to experience any impermanent loss by moving my range down. So I'm going to wait for it to come back into range, and I think that will happen very soon. So other things I'm working on, I've got a bunch of ETH making some yield, but also paying some yield to others. In my overall strategy, guys, and I've mentioned this before on this channel, is accumulating as much ETH as possible, lending it on DEXs, or rather money markets, like Silo Finance, like Zero Lend on this is on the, it's not connected to my wallet, so I can't tell you, but I think this is on the ZK Sync Era chain, which is correct, or this is actually on Linea, I'm sorry. We have, on the Linea chain, we have this market. This is also in the ZK Sync market, or chain available as well. I'm stacking this to get experience points on the Linea chain, as there will be an airdrop at some point there. So if you're into airdrops, lend some ETH on Linea. I just pulled my position on Aurelius. Aurelius was supposed to drop a token, and they've been accumulating SALT points for their users, but unfortunately, they haven't launched their token yet, and they even did an auction for their token, their AU token or gold token, and they did not raise enough to get basic liquidity set up. So they're revamping how that's going to look, and unfortunate, because I had a lot of assault points in here, and I'm having to wait a little bit longer. But I did pull this position in order to move it around. In fact, I think the METH that I had in here is what I'm yield farming with currently. And when Aurelius decides to get or figures out what they're doing with their token drop, then I'll probably use them again. But for now, might as well yield farm on that METH and get some extra yield out of there. But no longer yield farming here, as the SALT program is over with for the time being. So again, Silo Finance is a big one. You get some on Arbitrum right now. We're getting Arbitrum rewards. We're getting Silo rewards. I have a little bit on Optimism as well, and I'm making Optimism rewards here as well. So big fan of adding ETH and ETH derivatives to these. In fact, I've got a lot of Easy ETH, which is the Renzo staked ETH, right? So restaked ETH, making me some dividends here. Getting repaid in restaked Ethereum on Easy ETH, doing the same on the Arbitrum chain as well. And so I'm making ETH on ETH there, borrowing at a rate of currently about 41%, which is rather high. I think the yield on this is currently rather high because we've come down and people are trying to leverage long their positions right now. But pretty happy to be continuing to make yield on this and through the ETH side, and then yield farm on this 41%. Yes, 41% is high, but I am making that up. Like I said, I'm probably making 0.7 to 0.8% daily, which adds up quite a bit, closer to 250%, maybe even higher, at least 200% on the majority of my assets here. So the borrowed assets are earning me a lot more yield than, and then also sometimes I just pull the yields, the assets out of the yield farms and just wait for appreciation to take place, which is what I just did with what I had in Ramses. Ramses, I had a USDC to ETH position, let that go through the liquidity. I think it was earning me, let's see, it was earning me about 375% a day at the time, but since the price went through the floor on me and converted all to ETH, I decided to take the position out because it was like a 5-6% move. When ETH moves back up past my range that I was providing liquidity in, it'll actually be worth more than farming it. So that's what I'm up to with that current position. And then let's see. I'm also on Mintrust. Mintrust is also on the Mantle chain, getting some powder points on the Mantle exchange or a Mantle blockchain, and then so some of my Aurelius has moved over to Mintrust now. All these different lending platforms now. Mintrust did have an exploit. I did lose about 0.4, I think, Ethereum, which isn't terrible considering I probably had just over 2.5 ETH on here, and or METH rather. And then I'm also supplying Wrapped Mantle, which is just rewards that have been accumulating between Aurelius and inside of Mintrust as well. So getting some high rewards here because of the exploit and how they quickly fixed it. They're repaying a lot of the users that were a part of the exploit in higher returns. So I'm actually making that up pretty quickly. Let me actually go to the dashboard, and I'm earning Minty, which is not withdrawable yet because the token hasn't launched, but then I'm also making Wrapped Mantle. This is actually fairly, I think I'm making like $10 a week in just rewards here by providing this small 2.5 METH per, this is per week, so not bad. Anyway, just wanted to give you an update on what I'm up to in this market. Let me give you just a quick market analysis here, guys. One thing that I'm tracking here is the M2 money flow. I just started doing this a couple days ago because Virtual Bacon, this YouTuber who is phenomenal and very data driven, decided to put this out here, and this is what he's tracking, and it really gives you some information or a look into what the underlying factors of this market are doing. Also kind of debunks the 4-year halving cycle, especially since Bitcoin's really the only one that gets involved with that anymore. ETH has become rather proof of stake instead of proof of work. So there's no 4-year cycle there. There's no halving right on Ethereum anymore. So really, and this lines up with all of the different bull runs that we've had in Bitcoin as well as Ethereum and all of crypto. But the M2 money flow, if money flow is accelerating into the market, guys, the price of Bitcoin is going up. And if the price of Bitcoin is going up, it means the rest of the market is going with it, right? So let's look at current here. This is just the last, this is the last couple years from 2020 on. We had this massive money inflow, right, from the COVID crash. We had a massive money printing, let's say, inflows of acceleration of money, right? And then that topped off really with the Bitcoin price around April of 2021. And then we did have a second top, which was kind of surprising to see because the money flow, the M2 money supply did come out. However, we saw record highs all over the markets throughout that cycle. And then when we saw the bear market was actually right after money supply bottomed, we really saw the bottom of it towards the end of that. So I do think this is a leading indicator, guys, especially, in here where we saw a lot of money being printed before the beginning of 2024. And then we saw this run up here from on Bitcoin from September up to about March. We did have another peak in March, so it's not surprising that we saw money flow money printing was high here, came down a little bit here, and then had another top for Bitcoin price at its current all-time high at 72,000, and then it has come down. But I think we're really starting to get a push into this right now, guys, and I do think this is going to lead into some really high prices or another, the actual bull market for 2024 and into 2025. And this actually lines up a lot with interest rate cuts that will be likely happening in September. The FOMC meeting, I believe on September 18th, should be the first time that we see a rate cut. And rate cuts often come with some money printing as well. So we're already seeing some money coming into the market. somehow somebody's printing and the M2 money supply is accelerating. So I'd hope to see this sort of mountainous, printing of money, though it does lead into inflation eventually, guys. It will also lead to higher prices in crypto, which is I'm heavily invested in. So let me wrap this up. I do have another call in about 15 minutes, so I want to prepare for that. But I wanted to give you an update of what I've been up to, guys. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or like me on and follow me on Twitter or X, guys, for more content just like this. Have a great day, and God bless.